says, "Ista'inu bis-sabr was-salah." You have to seek help from the patience and the prayers. We said that in Quran, the same Quran, at the start of Quran, you open the book, it starts with the surah of Hamd. Surah al-Hamd, in there we say what every day? We say, "Iyaka na'budu wa iyaka nasta'een," which means we ask Allah for help only. Somebody comes to you and says that you just said you ask Allah for help only. Didn't you just say that in your prayers? You said yes. Why did you ask somebody else for help? Why did you ask your parents for help? Why did you ask the teacher for help? And this is what Quran is referring to, that you got to seek help from patience and the prayers. Isn't that really contradicting itself? Or they may even come to you and say that, you know what, you go to your imams and you ask them for help. You are mushrik, because in Surah Al-Hamd it says, "Iyaka na'budu wa iyaka nasta'een." You've got to ask Allah for help only. If you ask anybody else for help, like you Shia, you ask your imam for help, you're mushrik. That's what they say to you. First of all, we've got to answer them with Quran. It says, if that was the case, that asking anybody else is shirk, Quran itself says, "Ista'inu bis-sabr was-salah." Is sabr and salah Allah or not? Is patience Allah or something else? Of course, it's something else. So if you're asking something else for help, how come you cannot ask Imam for patience? How come you cannot ask the Prophet ﷺ for help? Because where you say, "Iyaka nasta'een," Allah, we ask only you for help, you are talking about as an independent deity, as God, is type of person or thing that you may worship. When it comes to worshipping, we ask Allah for help, which means we do not consider that status for anything else. If you consider the same status for anything else and you ask them for help, then of course it's shirk. Then of course it's not something that Quran endorsed. However, we're asking Allah for help only, and patience is in line with that. Prayers is in line with that. The Prophet, Ahlul Bayt alayhimus salam, they are in line with that. In fact, there are lots of things that we use for tawassul, for seeking help in the path of getting closer to Allah Ta'ala, like our own deeds, like our own rituals that we do.